Recording is on.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to LisaBug Yoga. And today we are going to cover neck, shoulders, upper back, a little bit of lower back in the mix. Also the piriformis, stretching that for some relief from some sciatica. So what you need for props, I have a chair, just a really small chair. It'll be nice for some of the poses, but if you don't have one next to you, we can get by without that, but that'll be nice. I also have a yoga strap and block. And then today, if you would like to go quick run out into your linen closet and get a hand towel as well, we are going to do a pose with this little hand towel rolled up, and we'll be going to be placing it in a couple different spots in our back for a little bit of chest expansion release. So that'll be nice to have. I also have a blanket to sit on or kneel on for comfort. So if you have that as well, that would be wonderful. We're going to start up in mountain pose. So let's just come up into a nice long spinal alignment position on your mat. And you can choose a more classical form of mountain by bringing your feet close together if you'd like, your big toes touching. But if it feels more comfortable for you, separate your feet about hips distance apart, or maybe even a tad wider if you'd like a little bit larger base of support there. So a lot of our poses today, I pulled from an article from Yoga Journal that lists 13 of the best poses to relieve tension headaches. And that involves stretching through the neck, the upper back, the shoulders, and finding some release where all of these muscles come and attach right in the back of the head at the occipital portion of the skull. So I just want you to close your eyes for a moment and just bring your awareness to your neck, to your shoulders, to your upper back. Let the breath move in and out through the nose, just nice and easy. And then for just a moment, shrug the shoulders up. And then press them as far away from the ears as you possibly can. We'll do that one more time. Shrug the shoulders, creating tension, and then press down. Now sometimes our shoulders start to creep up and we're not even aware of it. It might be just a little tiny shrug. So through our practice today, I want you to keep coming back to that feeling of pressing the shoulders down. Now draw the shoulders forward, so we're rounding. And then press back. One more time, round the shoulders and press back. And again, in our everyday life, our shoulders start creeping forward. We might not even recognize it. So through our practice today, continue to monitor that, keeping the shoulders back and press down. We'll start to breathe. Sweep the arms out and up. And then turn your palms the other direction, press away. And as we lift the arms, try not to let the shoulders elevate with that movement. We're keeping them down, we're keeping them back. So we have a connection in our lat muscles, those big muscles in the upper back region. And exhale. One more time, let the arms float up, the shoulders stay down. And exhale. Bring the arms halfway up, but soften the shoulder blades down. Pull the arms back, inhale, expand. And then just let the arms come forward, but not the shoulders rounding. Let your arms be independent of the shoulder girdle. Open back. And close. Open back and hold. Make your arms into goalpost position or cactus arms. Rotate the palms down. Rotate back up and see how far back you can reach the hands behind you. This is internal and external rotation of the shoulder, of the arm, of the rotator cuff. Now rotate the hands down. Bring them behind your back and interlace your fingers. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Now your arms don't need to be straight. I have them here interlaced behind the back. And if you have pretty good flexibility in your shoulders, bring your palms to touch in an Anjali Mudra, reverse prayer with the pinky fingers right in the lower back. So if that's not comfortable for you, just lace the hands together or just place your hands right at your hips. Now check in with your shoulders, make sure they're down, retracted back, and your spine is long. So we'll hold this position wherever you're comfortable. Look to the right and look to the left. So we're going slowly, and I want you to see what you can see behind you with the eyes. Loosening up any tension in the neck through rotation. Bring your head back to neutral and simply drop your chin down towards your chest and breathe. Lengthening the back of the neck. So those muscles that creep up the back of the neck from the shoulder blade, they attach right in the back of the skull. I want you to let that stretch and elongate and release any tension. One more breath. Bring the chin back to center. Release the hands from behind your back. Interlace the hands in front of you. Turn and push the palms forward. Check to make sure you're not elevating the shoulder blades or rounding the upper back. We still have the shoulder blades pressed towards one another. Inhale, reach the arms up, shoulders stay down. Exhale, side bend. Inhale. Exhale, side bend. One more time each side. Open up the rib cage. Lateral flexion of the spine. Coming back to center. Release the hands, let them float out. Bring them in front of you with your right arm crossed over the left. Now keep crossing until you come above your elbows and wrap your arms into eagle arms. Another option here is to just hold on to your shoulder blades. This is called Garudasana Eagle. Keep the eagle wrap or holding on the shoulders and sink down into chair. Utkatasana, powerful pose. The shoulder blades are down, pulling back. Feel that beautiful stretch in the upper back, neck, and shoulders. Look to the right. Pull your elbows across to the left. Bring the elbows back to neutral. Look over to the left. Pull your elbows across to the right. Come back to center. Fold over your legs and let your back round just briefly and open up through the shoulder blades, the lower back, the mid back, upper back, and let your head relax and hang heavy. Sit your hips back towards your heels. Start to come back up. Rising all the way up to stand. Extend your fingertips up. Take a little baby back bend here. Feel that stretch the muscles under your armpits. And then release the arms, let them unwrap. Take a nice big breath in. Open the arms back out, this time crossing the left arm on top of the right. Wrap into Garudasana, eagle arms, or hold onto your shoulders. Sit into chair. Look over the right shoulder, pull those elbows across to the left. And other direction, looking to the left, pull the elbows across to the right. Is there any difference between one side and the other? Bring those elbows back to center. Start to fold over your legs into a forward bend. Your knees can be bent as much as you need here. Round the spine, release any tension, let your head go. Breathe into the back body. Breathe between the shoulder blades. And then sit your hips back towards your heels. Rising back up. Straighten the legs, reach the fingertips tall. A baby back bend. And then let your elbows drop. Unwrap the arms. Inhale, sweep up. And exhale. Take hold of your yoga strap. You can also use maybe a necktie or a little hand towel. And we'll step the right foot forward, the left foot back into warrior one. So I have my back foot slightly turned out, front knee is bent, and then take the strap into your left hand. Reach that arm up and drape the strap behind you. You can give your elbow a little bit of a pull here to stretch, then reach the right arm behind your back and try to inch your fingertips up the yoga strap. Now make sure you're not bending your head down, so push the back of your head right into your forearm to keep that arm straight up and your head neutral. As we hold this pose, you might be able to sneak your fingertips a little closer together on the strap. And we'll breathe. So we're feeling a stretch down the back of the left upper arm, our tricep, and the front of the right shoulder, the deltoid muscle. Now add a little baby side bend over to the right. You might feel that stretch deepening in the upper arm. Abdominals engaged. 2 more breaths. Keep pressing back with your head into your wrist or forearm. And exhale, coming back up. Very gently release the strap. Switch your feet so your left foot is in front, your right foot is back. A little bit of a turn out of that back foot. Right hand holds the strap, bring it up, drop it behind you. Give it a little pre-stretch just to get it into position. And then take your left arm, reach back for the strap very carefully. Walk the fingers towards one another. And notice what you feel on this side as compared to the other side, how much different your range of motion is. We'll press the back of your head into neutral. Keep inching the fingertips a little closer as you start to find that stretch and release into the muscles. And add a little baby side bend. Really open those muscles up, brace your core. Front knee is bent, back leg is straight. Gaze can be up or neutral or even down. Or you can move your neck through some range of motion as you're holding the pose. 2 more breaths. One more breath in. And exhale, pull it up and release the strap. We'll place that close by. We might use it later for that same pose. Take your chair and bring it to the top of your mat. And if you've got a hardwood surface, make sure that a little bit of your chair is on your mat so it doesn't slip away. We'll face the chair a couple of feet behind. Take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale, swan dive forward until your hands find the top of the chair. Your feet can be close together or separate them hips distance apart. And this is a supported forward fold or even a supported down dog with the arms really extended out in front of you. Keep your arms straight and let the weight of gravity start to drop your chest lower and lower towards the floor. So you should feel this big stretch through the shoulders, through the lats, and the upper back. We'll hold here and breathe. So we're feeling this in the hamstrings too, but it's more about an upper back and shoulder stretch here. If you don't have a chair, you can reach your fingertips to a wall and get the same type of support to lengthen and stretch. One more breath. Exhale. Then start to lift just a little bit. Bring your fingertips right towards your shins. Half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Nice long spine. Pull the belly in. And we'll take the right foot, reaching the hands to the chair, step it forward, and take your left foot and step it back. Both legs straight. We'll come into Parsvottanasana. This is our pyramid pose. But today, take your hands out nice and long onto the chair and let your head drop through that space and stretch through the lats and shoulders. The hamstring of the front leg is stretching. A little bit of the calf of the back leg. Both feet are aligned forward. Now check and make sure you're not shrugging your shoulders up towards your ears. So we're still pressing them down and slightly pulling them back so we can feel this openness through the fronts of the shoulders and chest. One more breath. And as you exhale, soften the front knee. Walk yourself back up to stand, the warrior one position. Reach the arms up, come into goalpost arms, open through the heart. Reach back down towards your chair, stepping the back foot forward, the front foot back for our pyramid pose. Parsvottanasana. Reach the hands out long onto the chair, stretch and drop your chest down. Notice what we feel differently on this side, maybe the tighter hamstring. I'm feeling a deeper stretch in the back of my right ankle, lower leg. So that's a little tighter spot for me today. Your head is pretty relaxed. You can shake it from side to side, releasing the neck. Hips are level, trying to square those off. Abdominals pulled in. Two more breaths. Shoulders are down, slightly retracted. On that last exhalation, soften the front knee. Walk yourself up into a little baby warrior one, reaching the fingertips up, and chest expansion, goalpost arms. One more breath. Exhale, reach forward to the chair, switching your feet. Right foot comes forward, left foot comes back. Straightening out both legs. This time we'll bring the hands either to the hips or in that reverse Anjali Mudra. So I have the fingertips in that prayer pose behind my lower back. You can also grab your yoga strap and hold it behind your back. Both legs straight. Inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, and folding forward. So we're in our same pose, Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Now some of you might have the flexibility to be able to let your forehead gently come down and support onto your chair. This is a nice way just to relax your neck just a little bit. If you don't get there, that's quite all right. Just take it to your range of motion. One more breath in. Exhale, softening the front knee. Push yourself back up. If you need to release your hands and use them to press up from the chair, feel free to do so. And release the arms. Take a nice big stretch up. And then exhale, switching the feet. Back foot comes forward, front foot goes back. Try to align your feet parallel if you can. Bringing the hands again behind the body. Reverse prayer or at your hips or using your yoga strap. Now really press those shoulders down, straighten the front leg. Make sure your hips are parallel, not rotated, and start to hinge forward. Now if you're feeling better, just placing your fingertips down onto the chair for some support. Feel free to do that, or explore your range of motion on this side. Maybe the head can come down to the top of the chair. Now your front leg is straight, but make sure it's not locked out. You want to have a little micro bend in that knee. Enjoy that stretch down the back of the left hamstring, the right calf, and opening up the shoulders. One more breath. As you exhale, soften the front knee, press into the foot to rise back up to our warrior one. Release the arms, stretch up, inhale, and exhale the arms down, and step the back foot forward. So for the piriformis today, we'll be doing a standing pigeon pose. So two options. You can either face your chair and use it for balance, or you can turn around and sit in your chair. So if you're going to sit in your chair, take your right ankle, cross it over your left, and just sit and fold your body forward. This is going to be a wonderful stretch for the piriformis to relieve tension in the sciatic nerve. If you're standing up for balance, cross the right ankle over the left thigh, flex that foot, find your balance here, and then walk your hands down to the chair. If you want to go lower, you can bring your fingertips down to your yoga block or all the way down to the floor. You can also use a wall and just keep inching your hands further and further down the wall. So the closer we get our chest to the legs, the deeper stretch we're going to feel in the glute. We'll hold here and breathe. I'd like to take this hold for at least 60 seconds, but if you need to stand up, feel free to do that. Or if you're struggling with balance, turn around and sit in your chair and really focus on flexibility. If you don't need the chair to hold, take your hands off. We'll just hold that standing pigeon for balance. As we hold a few more breaths, you might be able to sink a little deeper. Make sure you're not feeling any pain, just that mild discomfort of the muscles lengthening. Breathing deeply, exhaling completely. One more breath in. Exhale, rising up. Come to mountain pose, or if you're sitting in your chair, just uncross the ankle and notice the difference you're feeling from one hip to the other. Take a deep breath in. And exhale it out. If you're sitting in your chair, pick up that left ankle, cross it over the right thigh. Same thing if you're standing. And reach down, slowly melting into the pose on this side. Ooh, this one feels definitely a little tighter for me. So I'm taking my time to find the range of motion. The ankle that's crossed over is flexed. That helps to protect your knee from twisting in this pose. We want the rotation to come into the hip, not into the knee joint. Explore your range of motion. Keep sinking into the standing pigeon or seated pigeon. Holding for that full 60 seconds if you can. This is also known as our figure 4 stretch. It stretches the deep external rotator of the hip. That area, when it gets super tight, can impinge on the sciatic nerve, which runs through those muscles. And it's the largest nerve in the body. It can send a painful shock down the leg from the glute into the thigh if that nerve is being impinged upon. Two more breaths. One more breath. And pressing to rise up. Come back either to mountain pose, or if you're seated in the chair, just uncross the legs. Check in. Notice the sensations you're feeling in the hips. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. And we'll move the chair, but keep it handy for later as we come down onto our back. And then find your yoga strap. And we'll take the legs out nice and wide for some shoulder threading. So we want to have our yoga strap in a pretty wide position so the arms are fairly far apart. Bend the knees, come into a wide squat. Reach the arms up and see how far you can bring them behind you. Maybe you can circle them, maybe not. So with my yoga strap as it is, I can't bring my arms all the way around. So I'm going to undo my strap so I can get a little bit longer position. So make that adjustment for you at home as well. And then we want to get the arms to go all the way around. All right, so we'll try it again. Breathe in, take it back, and that worked that time. Now, if you don't have a yoga strap, you're just going to do a big arm circle. So with the arms really wide, pull them up and around. Now we'll do this slow so we're not creating any tension or straining the muscles. We just want this to be a gentle stretch through that range of motion. bring it all the way up. And with a little tension on the strap, take a side bend, and I'm using my right arm to pull, stretching through the left side lat. And inhale back up, side bend, and create tension on the strap so it never goes loose. And then we'll come back up, lower the arms in front of you, release the legs to rise up. So we'll put these movements together. Drop into the squat, inhale, side bend, exhale. Inhale, lower the arms and straighten the legs, exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, exhale out. One more each time. Resistance on the yoga strap. Last one to the left. And relaxing down. We'll turn our right foot outward. Left foot will square parallel to the side edge of your mat. Coming into warrior two with the arms up, the shoulder blades down. We'll use the strap again to pull over into side angle pose. Bring it up and to reverse warrior. So if you don't have a yoga strap, you just want to move from side angle to reverse as you normally would. It's a great option to take. If it's bothering you to have your arms up, you can bring them in and just let your elbow lift and your elbow lift and just move through the side waist. Do two more to each side. One more each side. Really enjoying opening up the intercostal space between the ribs. And we're working the core, working the obliques. Come back to center and lower down. Pivot the feet. Right foot comes in. Left foot goes out. Warrior two stance. Bring those arms up. Side stretch. Pull the tension on the strap. And reverse warrior. Side angle. Reverse. Take the options you need to protect your shoulders. Breathing. Two more. Notice where you're feeling this. I'm getting some sensation down into my triceps. Definitely in the armpit region, the lats. One more. And back to your warrior two. Lower those arms down. Pivot both feet straight ahead. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, reach down to the mat. You can place your strap on the floor and take a nice relaxing forward fold. Let your head go. Move your neck from side to side. Relax through your shoulder blades, your lower back and mid back. And we'll come into a twist here, and a block is nice to use if it's difficult for you to reach the floor with your hands. So you can place your block underneath the palms. Keep the right hand on the block or floor and open out into a twist, reaching the left fingertips up or placing your hand on your hip or placing that arm behind your lower back. And we're revolving the shoulder open. Now holding the twist, look down towards the bottom hand and maybe even over that shoulder. Then look up to the ceiling. And look down and look up. And we're going to do a small neck roll. So as you look down, drop your chin. And as you look up, lifting your chin. Drop the chin, look down, lift the chin. One more. And then reverse that neck circle. Lift the chin, drop it, lift. One more. And lower your hand down, relax. All right, bring that left hand to the blocker floor. Twist open to the right. Ooh, what do you feel on this side? Does it feel different? Your pelvis should be level. This hand can go wherever you feel comfortable. It's just an accessory to the main pose. We'll look down to the bottom hand and look up. And again, look down, rotation, and look up. One more time. Now circling the neck. As you look down, drop your chin. As you look up, lift your chin. Ooh, felt a little crunchiness going on there. Just an easy range of motion. One more. And reverse. Lift the chin, look down. Two more. And lower that hand back down and relax. All right, we'll move the block up to the right side of our mat. Walk the hands around into low lunge. If you need padding for your knee, you can move your blanket right underneath that back knee. Coming into our low lunge, rise up and find support on that front knee, or we can reach the arms and extend up. We'll press our palms to the heart. We'll be rotating into twisting prayer lunge. So begin to look over the shoulder of that front leg, bringing your elbow across. Find a place to place it there. Brace your core and rotate, looking over that shoulder. Now feel that rotation moving all the way from the lower spine, through the mid-back, the upper back, and into the neck. Releasing the back hip flexors so the hips will sink down into the floor. Two more breaths. One more breath in. And exhale. Come back to center. Reach the hands down to the mat. Tuck the toes. Lift the kneecap up off the floor. Walk the hands around through the center, pivoting on both feet until we come into our low lunge on the opposing side. Find your balance. Rise up, stretch through that hip flexor. Place palms at your heart. Start to look over the shoulder, bringing the elbow across. If it doesn't reach all the way across, just hold your twist wherever it feels comfortable for you. Lengthen the spine. Breathe. Notice where you're feeling most of the sensation in this twist. We have the most of our mobility in our mid-back. So that's probably where you're feeling that nice stretch. 2 more breaths. One more breath in. And come back to center. We'll just bring the fingertips down to the mat, stepping that front foot back so we're on both knees in child's pose. Just a nice, comfortable child's pose, so make sure if you need padding for your knees, you have it. If you'd like to take your knees a little wider, and reach those arms way out long to the top of the mat. Now, if you have trouble bending your knees deeply, you don't need to sit your hips all the way down to the heels. You can have them up a bit. And we'll stretch our shoulder in this child's pose position. So if you rise up just a little bit, take the right arm and tuck it under your body, right in front of your chest, with your palm up. And we're not twisting, we're staying level to the floor. And then bring your forehead back down to your mat or to a block. And this top arm is going to keep reaching out long towards the top of the mat here. And just relax the front of the shoulder. Soften the muscles of the neck and the upper back. Now, if child's pose isn't comfortable for you, you can just come to a seated position and hold that arm across the front of the body with assistance of the other arm to stretch. One more breath. And as you exhale, lift up slightly to slide the arm out. Switching hands, just feed that left arm underneath your body, palm up, forehead and shoulders facing the floor. Now try not to create any tension here in your neck and upper back as you're stretching. Just relax and give in to the stretch. Let your body feel heavy. The right arm keeps reaching out long to the top of the mat. And one more breath in. And exhale, press yourself up. Slide that arm out from underneath. And then come to a seated position. So we'll stretch again through the piriformis seated. If you're uncomfortable at all, you can come back to your chair. So we're going to come to just starting in a cross-leg pose with the left ankle in front of the right. We're going to pick that ankle up and reach the fingertips underneath the shin or the ankle and pull the leg in towards us. This is a little cradle the baby. So we can hold here, or we can take the elbow and place it under the bottom of the foot and around the knee and cradle the leg in towards. Sitting up nice and tall, lengthen the spine. You can create a little easy rocking side to side. You'll notice as you pull the leg across the midline of the body, that's where you're really feeling that stretch in the piriformis. So we can hold this as is, or we can lower the leg down into fire log pose. So we cross the foot around the knee joint of the other leg, and then this leg here, we're stretching through the hip. We just let that leg hang nice and loose. And then we can lengthen forward over the leg. Walk your hands out. Let your chest drop down. Make sure your knees feel okay with this stretch. The ankles should be flexed. Holding about 60 seconds to really get deep into the muscle and into the connective tissue. Relax your shoulders, upper back, neck muscles. Slow breathing in and out through the nose. 15 seconds, maybe finding a deeper place, lowering down just a bit more. One more breath in. As you exhale, walk the hands back up. And then carefully change the cross of your ankles so now the right ankle is in front of the left. So level one with this pose, we just pick up the lower leg and lift it up. We just hold on to it. And we try not to hold on to the outside of the ankle because this can overstress the talofibular joint. So we want to hold on this nice strong bone of the lower leg. Or we can wrap the elbow crease around the knee, around the foot, interlace the hands, and bring this up into a bind, or cradle the baby. A little bit of a rock side to side. Feeling that stretch, slow movement, gentle movement. Now you can stay as you are and just hold this for another minute or come into your fire log pose, placing that foot, letting this knee drop. Just notice how it feels different from the other side. And if it's not feeling uncomfortable right away, this stretch is maybe not the right one for you today. We can take the fingertips in front and walk the hands forward until you find that stretch. Now, if the knees are really lifted off the floor a lot, it's sometimes nice to support with a block. So this actually feels much more comfortable for me to put my block here. So I don't have that knee hanging in space. And I can relax more through my hips. Okay, I can do this now. So maybe a little bit of a hand towel or a block underneath that knee would feel nice. Settle into the pose. Relax your jaw. Make sure you're not tensing up. And see if you can sink a little deeper for our last 15 seconds. One more breath in. And exhale, walk those hands back up. Gently uncross or let go of your cradle the baby. And then if you have a little hand towel, I'd like you to take it and make a roll. So I'm going to take it not lengthwise and then wrap it into a nice roll. So it's not super high, but enough to give me some lift for the upper back. And then we'll take that and place it onto the mat lengthwise, right about where your shoulder blades are going to be. If you need a little pillow for your head, you can place your block here where your head would be. And then we're going to use our chair for legs up the chair. So bring your chair right about where you need that there. Come on down onto your back, and this blanket roll is going to go right between your shoulder blades. Might take a little bit of finagling to get it in the right spot. And then your knees go up onto the chair. Arms are open out to the side or in goalpost position. I want you to explore that stretch and see what feels best for you here. So our little towel roll supports right between the shoulder blades and lets the shoulders melt open on both sides. The arms feel nice and heavy. It gives us just a little small back bend in the upper back. Just allow those arms to relax. If at any time it feels uncomfortable, just slide that towel out from underneath the shoulder blades and come to a flat back position. And then we'll use our chair for a nice, easy Baddha Konasana. So take your feet, bring the soles of the feet together, and allow the knees to open out. Little easy relaxation for the inner thighs. If you don't have the chair, your feet are down onto the floor, soles of the feet together, the knees nicely open. Some benefit of the chair. It allows the thigh muscles to sink into the back of the hip sockets. It allows the blood flow to return from the legs back towards the heart. And then bring your awareness to the breath. So I'd like to share a little breath pattern from my friend Joanne Babbitt. Joanne, you might even be online with me today. So this breath pattern is a 4x4 breath, like a square, like a box. We'll call it the box breath. So we'll inhale a count of 4, hold the breath and retain for a count of 4. Exhale for a count of 4 and hold the breath a count of 4. Now 4 counts is too long to perform the box breath. You can try 3 counts or 2. So we breathe in through the nose. We hold the breath in the lungs. We exhale completely and then stop and hold. Keep going with that breath pattern for a few more rounds. It goes well with 4/4 music. We can inhale 4, 3, 2, hold 4, 3, 2. Exhale 4, 3, 2, hold 4, 3, 2. 2 more rounds. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. One more round. Inhale. Hold. Breathe out. and hold. Just go back to a normal breath flow. If you have your knees open in Baddha Konasana, bring them back together on top of the chair or lengthened onto your mat. Two more breaths here in our chest expansion. And then we'll relax the arms. Pick one foot up off of the chair. Hold behind your thigh. Stretch that leg up towards the ceiling. Flex and point. Ankles circle around. Reverse. And set that leg back down to the chair. Extend your left leg, hold behind the thigh. Flex and point. Circle slowly, nice range of motion. And reverse. Both legs straight up, flex and point. Circle. And reverse. Last time, we're still moving the blood from the lower legs down towards the heart, the lymphatic system as well. Pull the knees into the chest. Bring one arm above your head and very carefully roll off that blanket roll or towel roll to press yourself up to seated. Let's find a nice comfortable cross-leg pose, sitting with a long spine. And tip your right ear towards the right shoulder. Relaxing the neck one more time, lateral flexion. Keep the head tilted to the side and turn to look down over that shoulder. Roll the chin down towards the chest. Head comes back up to neutral. Tilt the left ear towards the left shoulder. Hold. Turn the chin to the shoulder. Roll the chin down to the chest. And bring the head to neutral. Rotate to the right, reaching the left arm across the right thigh. Look over that right shoulder as far as you can with a nice long spine, releasing any remaining tension in the upper back. Slowly move into the other side. If you can, match the range of motion. Back to center. And place palms at your heart center in an Anjali Mudra. We pause for a moment to express our gratitude and honor for this opportunity to practice together virtually as a community. And the light and love and peace that resides within me